India's budget stimulates the middle class. I have two ideas that will stimulate India's bureaucracy from developed nation to developing nation category. Both can be implemented tonight and both are from the point of view of foreigners. First, imagine a rich French lady who's in India to invest. She's blown away by the first world intelligence facility. She loves India. She's about to leave India. She's flying business class. She approaches the airport and she's bewildered by this long line where the border agents are checking the IDs and boarding cards or itineraries. No developed nation does that. I would argue that that's how you would differentiate a developed nation from a developing nation. Why is India doing it? There could be two reasons. First is security. Means a terrorist or a bad person will be prevented from entering the check-in areas and will be stopped outside the airport. To stop a terrorist, think like a terrorist. What would a terrorist do? He or she will buy a 500 rupees Bombay to Kathmandu economy class ticket, and that will give them the legal right to be near the check-in counters, because outside there is only document check, there is no frisking or metal detectors. So why create an obstacle for terrorists which they can overcome in 500 rupees and 5 seconds, and against that you have millions of people wasting millions of hours and leaving India thinking that it's a third world country. Second reason, and that's the real reason, that the Indian government thinks that these uneducated Indian travelers, when their loved ones are leaving, their friends and relations will come with them to the check-in counters and turn airport into a railway station. Fine. Then just put a board outside that confirm passengers and ticketed visitors only. There is no check, just random check from time to time, and sell tickets for 500 rupees, 2000 rupees. If I am leaving for US, I would gladly pay couple $1,000 for my parents to spend those precious 20 minutes with me. When they're about to say goodbye, they get to spend 20 more minutes with me. I'll gladly spend that money. No ticket check for the visitors, just random checks, and use that money to give bonuses to the central border force agents who are standing outside doing such pointless job. I want my motherland's border force people not only to check itineraries of foreigners, but I want them to be able to travel to foreign countries with their families. That's how you get India out of middle class. Second thing that we can change is hotel reception desk checking your IDs and visas. IDs is fine. I checked into Taj. I checked at 1 a.m. I had to check out at 6 a.m. So I was paying for Taj only for 5 hours. I don't mind. I showed my Pennsylvania driver's license. They immediately wanted a passport. Then they said proof of visa, OCI. Why? Why a reception agent in the hospitality industry have to be charged with this duty to see if I am in India legally? All that they need to know is how I take my coffee. Hot, no sugar, a little bit of cream. And I'm not being rude. If they are my patients, I'll remember what they like. That's how consumer industries grow. And what does that achieve? Just think like a terrorist. If a terrorist is smart enough to have evaded India's border patrol and is in India illegally, when they are checking into a hotel, are they going to show their foreign passport? Can they not get like a 500 rupees Indian ID? On the other spectrum of it, I was in a dinky little hotel next to a temple, ancient temple I was visiting. They copied my passport and my OCI. I asked them, why are you copying it? How long are you going to require to keep these copies? Say 5 days. Where will these copies be stored for 5 days with my data, my date of birth, my home address? After 5 days, are you going to destroy it or are you going to sell it as scrap? If you destroy it, do you burn it? Do you use like a shredder? What level shredder do you use? Why are they doing it? And which is such a least secure way of storing my personal data. And this all show this constant OTPs that you have to share. This is for your own security. This is no security. There is no substance to it. This is all show. Imagine those guards which are standing outside India's luxury hotels. Most of those guards are 4 feet 5 inches tall in an advanced state of malnutrition, standing there with garba sticks in their hand. God forbid if real terrorists attack, I don't know how these people are going to stop it. So don't do this thing just for show. Change it. It can be changed overnight. When British left India, we didn't get liberated from the slavery. The slavery was passed on to newer masters, and these are the bureaucratic babus, which are ruthless, and they are not bad people. They are smart people. But I think how India conducts its IAS exams is looking for academic smartness, and overarching ambition of these people is to avoidance of mistake. India is run by street smart people. Induct these street smart people into control and administration, and they will redefine what a first world country is. Nobody is going to watch this video. Nothing is going to happen. Only thing people will say after watching this video is, you said Bombay to Kathmandu. You should have said Mumbai to Kathmandu. Yes, I know that. I did that on purpose. These bureaucrats and politicians, their only achievement is changing Bombay to Mumbai. The same people use the 1897 Pandemic Act, the act that was written half a century before British left India and 47 years before the commercial use of penicillin. They use that act to control an infectious disease pandemic. Things can change, and they should change right now. India should have a department of common sense. I can help. Dr. Ravi Godse.